Hello there. For anyone curious, the name Fresh Feeling derived from a song by the band Heels. Not especially well known. It's a band I like. It's my favorite, actually. But we're not here to talk about me, are we? Or maybe we sort of are, because we have to side quest, and to side quest, a lot of the side quests were written by me, many of which were written by me in, like, ages long past. Why on earth? Oh, right, this doesn't matter. It really hasn't been that long since I played, but clearly I don't remember a dang thing. Alright. So what I need to do is reflect on the challenge a little bit. Why does he have no helmet? Oh. Because I just unlocked... Okay. So, this is the side quest challenge. Everything in the game is locked until I complete a quest. Most of these early quests are complete, although some of them are things that kind of take place over the whole game. So these are done in my first 2 sessions. I got about 50 quests done. I don't know if that's going to be useful. So I'm going to turn off the complete quests. Like that one. Defeat 120 of the 128 monsters in the game. I'm just going to use the bestiary to find out if I've done that eventually. Be fled from that many times? I don't know. That one's really hard to do. It's going to be hard to set up. 1,000 points of healed HP. Yeah, I don't know about that. Defeat a green slime, a ghast, a werewolf, and return. I haven't even beat Lich yet, but I did just do this one, which was, what the? My app stopped responding. Is that because this is all that's left right now? Oh my god. There's no way that's true. Undead or uninvited? Kill 20 undead, including a mummy and a vampire. Like that... Oh, you know why? Because the... Okay. So I have... Canal. Okay. So now, if I unshow... Okay, yeah, I got more quests now. I got a lot more quests. This one's in progress. It's available. That one I'm going to have to wait until I can even encounter those enemies. An ogre mage. Let it cast Blizzera and the white mage must survive. I can do that now, technically. I just need to find a wizard ogre mage. A couple of these are new. This one's one of the newest ones. My kids keep coming up with quests. The Game FAQs community isn't buying in the way they used to, which is okay. Okay, so my unlock viewer shows everything I have access to right now. It does include the Great Helm. And I am allowed iron armor, but not mithril armor. I mean, iron armor is better in most regards, or for most purposes. And I am allowed steel gloves. Those are right here. I do believe these 3 are outfitted to the best ability possible. Oh, wait. No, because I just unlocked the silver armlet, and I can buy that in Melmond. I just need to get back to Melmond. Okay, this must be what I was doing. Here I am, learning my own challenge. Silver armlet. That was like the last thing I did. You want to see that quest? Here. I'll turn these back on. Silver armlet. So it was called Fashionista Arilon. And I'm just remembering that. I don't have a way of looking that up. Well, I could, if I wanted, if I had time, but... There. Win any battle with total experience over 1,000 while wearing only defensive equipment, each with an evade penalty of -2 or less. So that's like the weight it shows as in Pixel Remaster. And talk to Arilon. Oh, wait. I might still have to talk to her to get the silver armlets, but that's okay. Although it shows complete, I think I did it. So what was this one? Oh. Okay. So only quests I can do show up here now. Okay, let's just play the game. I don't remember whether these guys resist Blizzera. I think the Gerpieds do. The ones you fight later. Because that's my strongest offensive spell right now. $33. Oh, okay. If the white mage were going to take more than 33 damage that turn, then I would qualify for the Protect Cloak. That would be quite a coincidence, but it'd be like a cool coincidence. Okay. That fight, sa-diddly-ucked. Okay. Okay. I think I gotta go fight Lich. I don't think there's much else I'm gonna do without the canoe, so... Or at least the ruby. The very, very important ruby. Quite the damage those mages are doing. There is really no point in them attacking. I should probably get used to putting them on defend, because that exists in this version. Then again, this is providing some kind of accidental opportunity for that one quest. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of FF6, or rather, I haven't been playing. I've been watching my kid play, and it's been very fun. I feel kind of funny not managing level ups by, you know, putting on a really good Esper in terms of stats. But there's no Espers in this game, so... I may as well fight these bozos, because they give very good money. So, what would happen if I wanted to beat the game without doing more quests? Do you think I could do it? This version of the game, the difficulty seems weird. I've actually been surprised at the difficulty of Final Fantasy VI as well. Things that I've never died to, my kid has been dying to. And while he's not always the fastest at responding to the ATB prompts, I don't think he's doing anything wrong, you know? And Final Fantasy VI is not a game I've generally considered to be hard. I've also been thinking a lot lately about other Final Fantasy I things I'd like to do. But most of them I can't do on Pixel Remaster because I need to screw up the game somehow. Is that a Mithril Hammer she has? I think it is. Should check. I mean, she's still a terrible, terrible attacker, but... Oh. Can't I use Mithril Hammer? Can. Should have bought one. Doesn't matter. She's never really going to be like a good fighter. swear I did this. I swear I did this. Is it possible I didn't save at the end of my last session or something? I mean, if the quests are done, they're done. I am not going to make the trek all the way back for the sake of a mithril hammer. I think it's funny that the earth rotting means the inn gets a spider web in it. What else is, like, attainable? There's the... Okay, I have to watch for... green slimes and ghasts. I have to cast Fyra on 8 enemies without defeating them. I don't remember which ones I already did. But I do believe one was... Hilga, I guess. Actually, I think these guys could survive a Fyra. I've never fought them before. Yeah, perfect. There's Minotaur and those Earth Elementals, so I'll be able to unlock Thundera soon, which is wonderful. Very soon. What else could I encounter around here that can survive a Fyra? Ghast! I think I'll just save it, because Fyra is going to be more effective than Dia 1. Or Harm. Uh-oh. Okay, now we're leaning hard on Dia 1. Okay. Gotta beat a green slime. That fight really wasn't bad. Okay. Yeah, I think you can encounter green slimes in here. More tigers. Kitty cat army. Wow. That happened with our newfound defensive upgrade, too. Not the most encouraging. Okay, well, I can do this without Thundera, certainly. Although it might be handy if I encounter wizards. You know... There's one for going through the giant hallway. Defeat 32 Hilgaguses. Oh. Well, that sucks. They did that thing. This normally can't have 3 lizards in it. Pixel Remaster? Come on, man. Well, giants aren't easy for my team yet. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the right thing to do. Lizards. Remember how much I wanted to fight with lizards earlier? Not wizards. Not interested in fighting lizards. Wait a second. Cecil's not wielding a mithril sword. Maybe it is worth going back to Crescent Lake. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do the 32 Helgaiguses yet. So what am I doing here, is the question. And the answer is pretty close to I don't know. Good experience, though. Alright. Yeah, I have a feeling I just must have... My last... Maybe when I thought I saved, I didn't. Maybe I did something stupid, like go to the inn, and thought that meant I saved. Because that's how it would work in the vanilla game. Those enemies don't have enough to, like, offer me. Even the treasure rooms here, they're really bad treasure. Kind of familiar. Good dodging, Block. Great job. Okay. Earth. Earth elementals. Right. He survived! Thundara is now available. Try to run and fail from an unrunnable battle twice, then win. That bat one is the one that screws up the UI here a little bit. Mummy and Vampire, yeah. Ogre Mage, yeah. Cockatrice's Pyralisks, yeah. Receive a hit from a Helgaigus for 1 damage. I haven't been watching for that. Wonderful. Treasure was different back in the FF1 days. There were a lot of chests that were just straight up trolly. That certainly continues into Final Fantasy II as well. Okay, there's 3 treasure rooms at the bottom. Sorry, 2 treasure rooms at the bottom. Oops. It doesn't differentiate who's fleeing when you flee. So it's actually kind of interesting that I had a quest that was like, the thief is the only one who can pick the flee command when you flee. There's also a clear difference in how inescapable battles work in this version. But I guess we'll have to see how that affects that one quest. Isn't that funny that this has happened more than once? That I encounter things like this, but I've never seen a solo shark before. Given that I have a preemptive, I should fight these. I could also have taken it as a free escape opportunity, but whatever. They are not the most rewarding battle in the world. Monsters. Oh, we got a preemptive here too. How novel. Not bad for a Fire 1. Pretty cool fighting an Earth Elemental and taking no damage. Ugh. As long as these are runnable, I don't want to do this. We got a preemptive, so... I don't think there's anything amazingly noteworthy with the Minotaurs. Like, one's mentioned here, but it depends on the Double Double Toil and Trouble 4 quest, so... Why did I do that? Preemptive again! Boy, Locke is a friggin' terror. Locke and terror. Oh, opposite happened. That was a lot of damage. That was more than half his health. But we don't need to be too shy about our potion use, because we have lots of money. I think, I don't have any boosts on. The boosts exist in this version of the game. What I have is the experience is set to 50%. And I did that because if the experience wasn't set to 50% with the balance changes in this version of the game, which is to say with it being so much easier than typical. Oh, dude's got some defense. It would be, you know, possible for me to just out-level everything and make the quest itself stupid. So once I beat the vampire, I'll be done the Krylos quest. Hey! Oh. Well, I'll see about that on the way out. For now, I guess what we're looking for is the Wizard Ogre. Yeah, we're having a battle where we try to run away from each other. Okay, there are some Wizard Ogres around here. The Coral Sword is here. I'm eligible to use the Coral Sword. And I may as well, since Cecil's not wielding a Mithril Sword. Which I know I bought for him. I must have just done something stupid. Isn't it funny to think that there could be like 50 Hillgygases in a little cave? Like, Hillgygases are really big. That's sort of their shtick, is being large. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I didn't want to waste another fire charge. That could come in handy. There's a lot of bats in the game. I didn't talk to Bats yet. At some point I'll talk to Bats. Maybe it'll make sense to do it on my way back down. You have to sort of do this dungeon twice. Sort of. No thanks. I did this last time, but that's enough. Treasure room, treasure room, treasure room. At least one of these is empty, but there's like 5 of them. And I don't remember which is which. There should be a quest that makes me fight, like, a shadow, wraith, image, ghost. Whatever the other one is. Besides paralysis, these guys bring relatively little to the table. An achievement just popped up saying I've gained over 100,000 gil. This is somewhat scary. Oh, I never got the temper spell. I should do that before Lich too. I think after Vampire, I'm gonna have to make a shopping trip. Good sound effect. That's the Blizzera sound effect from Final Fantasy VI. I feel like a bit of a dork that I can recognize that, but Final Fantasy VI is quite possibly my most played game ever. This is a long trip for what I think is a pathetic treasure. Oh, okay. She never got Blink? Yeah, something went wrong with my save. She has life. When did I get these friggin' spells? Okay. But we'll do a shopping trip in the near future. When I was a small lad, I had friends playing this game for the first time. I was the one who was obsessed with it, but they were the ones with the NES. I didn't get an NES for a long time. Oh, my stream might have failed. As it does. Maybe it didn't drop at all? I can't. It looks like it didn't drop at all. I just had a video problem. Okay. Yeah, when I was young, I had friends on the street who owned an NES and got this game because I had hyped it up. They didn't like the game as much as I did, but they liked it. They played it. And I remember knowing things about the game because the first way I ever interacted with it was the Nintendo Power Guide. Someone brought it to school and I read it in my grade 3 class, I think. Maybe I'll try to unlock slow. Try to run and fail from an unrunnable battle twice. Run, 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 run. That's screwed up. They made a famously unrunnable encounter runnable. Which is, like, nice, I guess. Like, it's interesting. What that is they made it so that the treatment of the encounter is different from the treatment of the monsters in the encounter. I guess that's a good thing. It's gonna make that quest really hard, honestly. It's a bit of a waste in that fight, too. Anyway, yeah, I was telling the story. So when I was a kid and my friends got this game before I did, I was pretty jealous. And I was kind of telling them about the game because I'd read the Nintendo Power Guide cover to cover or something. I don't know if it was actually cover to cover. I just saw it at school and thought, that game looks awesome. I don't have to fight this battle. Sure feels like I do. I remember saying, you need to fight the Fiend of Earth, and then you get the canoe. And my friends were like, well, how do I get the canoe? Fight the Fiend of Earth, and you get the canoe. So one day they told me, I fought the Fiend of Earth, and I didn't get the canoe. It turns out they thought the Fiend of Earth was the enemy named Earth. Look at this funny thing. This must be a Wizard Ogre. It's not. Yeah, they thought Earth Elemental, which is called Earth, was the Fiend of Earth. And so they were, like, mad at me. Because I said, you have to go fight the Fiend of Earth. And they were like, well, I did fight the Fiend of Earth, and I didn't get anything for it. You idiot. They didn't say you idiot. Well, they might have said you idiot. We did talk that way. I think if we're going to play the Paraplinking game, we're going to just get out of here. Well... No Wizard Ogres. What is this game thinking? That's a weird question, isn't it? That's fine. Oh, the holding A method still works. Hooray. It's not a very good chess. Okay, well, we haven't had problems here. That's nice. Not that I was really expecting problems. Yeah, so with regards to my apparent slightly lost save, that was cool. I was counting on that happening, honestly. I'm just going to consider the quests done, which I don't think is an issue. Because if anything, it puts me behind the experience curve. Like, it's only an asset in terms of the gameplay. In terms of the challenge of the gameplay. Because I did those quests. Maybe I should try to run from this. I might try to run from this. I watched this recently in Dawn of Souls. It looked about the same. Mere mortals cannot kill the Undying. Dude, I've fought dozens of you. Dozens! Why? I think it was accidentally 3 rounds of it. Okay. Is it weird that I don't want to waste the charge on him? Obtained the Star Ruby. Okay, so our quests currently end in the Giant Loop. But we can put our progression to Ruby. And now our quests end in actually kind of a lot. That's because these are ones that involve going through a dungeon. Going through a Fiend's dungeon and den. We are done this. And we're also eligible for the slow spell. Cool. Ogre mages are not showing up. Like, look at that. That's, with any solo character, win a battle that includes a Ogre Chief and a Hyena Dawn. Hopefully that exists in this version. That's a Shrek reference there, by the way. Oh. Can't do that yet. Well, that's kind of easy for me, isn't it? Look at this quest. Alright. Pisco Duck. Vivi stands there and defends, gains a level. Yeah, Cecil's still a little less reliable on the offense than Locke is. Oh. I might have wanted some of those, but whatever. Do-do-do-do-do. Uh-oh. Below a needle. I do not have very many. You know what? I know I bought a big stack of gold needles before in preparation for this dungeon, and now I have 2. And one of them I got here. I don't even know why I'm defending. Defending is pointless. These birds are not scary other than the gigantic threat of petrification. So. Holy crap. This is a big fight. Without Blazera's, I don't think I should do it. It's just going to take forever. As profitable as it would be. And it would be profitable. But, like, formations like that cannot exist in the NES version. So it's kind of funny when they say, like, this is the definitive, authentic remake. No, it isn't. You ain't fooling nobody. You may fool some people. I spoke with some friends recently, one of whom is a classic Final Fantasy enthusiast, and we talked about pixel remasters. And they were saying something along the lines of, I've heard a lot of complaints about them. I don't have a lot of complaints. I think this is pretty wonderful in terms of new version of the game, graphics, music, most of the gameplay, but calling it the most authentic modern Final Fantasy experience is ridiculous. Okay, I think there's a low enough risk fighting hill giants, hill Gygases, and lizards that we can go ahead and try to mess with the giant loop. I just need to walk through and fight every battle. And there's also one for fighting formations of well, you know, specific formations. Fighting 2 hill Gygases, 2 lizards. This one. Two hill Gygas, 2 lizard formation. See, this is Hawkeye rules. He clearly knows some stuff about the game. I don't mean to critique his game knowledge, because it was good. But when you say it in a way that's very dependent on the formation, and I don't know what formations exist, I worry that the quest might be impossible. And I think there's pretty good odds that this quest is impossible. I did encounter one, right? That was just hill Gygases and lizards? 2 of each? I feel like that's a thing. Without healing in battle. Wait, right? Yeah. Should I count this? Like, it's bigger. I think I should count it. But then that raises the question of the solo shark. The famous question of the solo shark. These used to be these. Okay, I am through the loop. So this one's done. I think I should count it. I'm not going to use the Mithril Axe anyway. I haven't been watching my hits. Hmm. I could do this, I think. Oh. Well, clearly the hyena woke up and there was no indication. That's funny, even in the NES version, you would have had a better indication than that. Talking to Sarda is so fun. Do. Talking to Sarda for a bun. Shadow, Ghost, Wraith, Image. Not Spectre, because in the NES version that was a Ghast or something like that. Isn't there a fifth kind of ghost? I feel like there's a fifth kind of ghost. Nice tile set. Funny that they didn't take a little more care with where he went. Wargwolves are, for the most part, no longer very threatening. So even though... Look how much they're trying to run from me. Even though they... I used to say they're not a profitable battle. With things like silver armlets on the mages, you know, we have a lot more time to lose trying to run away. I don't know. I'm less interested in escaping them now. Maybe that is unfounded. Is the Great Axe actually useful? Kinda. Good fight. Black Widows have more than 25 hit points? And less than 36 hit points. Black Widows are small. I think that Black Widows can live in the area where I live. It's not very common. I don't know if they're common anywhere. I encountered a frog this morning in my pool skimmer. It was fun. So much wilderness. Ooh, jars. In a lot of the other Final Fantasy games, jars hold items. In this game, they do not. I'm just looking at them for fun. Look at all those nice furnishings. That's part of a quest later on. Do. Earth Rod. It was a weird choice in Final Fantasy VI that the Gravity Rod is Earth Elemental. What is that like, to be hit with a stick and feel the force of Earth? Depending on your interpretation of that, maybe you always feel the force of Earth when you're hit with a stick. Maybe Earth damage is stick. Right? Oh, hey, RPG Haste. I didn't see you there. I'm just philosophizing about the nature of Earth damage. Earth damage, it's funny that it took the Final Fantasy series kind of a while to say that Earth damage was a thing. It wasn't a damage type in 5, right? You could use float to evade Earth attacks, but it's gonna take too long. I'm feeling like a real hypocrite when I talk about these stupid wolves. It is magic. It is magic. You don't really try to rationalize everything. I wonder if a warwolf has run away from me before. I'm trying to keep track of monsters that run away from me, but I don't remember which ones I've already checked off. Yeah, Final Fantasy V, Earth wasn't an element. 6 it was. But it was kind of like at that point, like, when you've introduced wind attacks are contrary to Earth attacks, which they sort of did it as early as arguably 3, arguably 4. It's kind of hard to say, I suppose. Fire, Focus, Kill, Sleep, Slow, Temper, Thundera. Nothing new there in Melmond. What about White Magic? Nothing new and exciting here. But by 6, it was like, yeah, we'll just make 8 elements, and they'll be contrary to each other. By the way, Holy is the opposite of Poison. This first one that was kind of like, is that real? Is that... Are venomous creatures unholy? Seems like a weird thing to say. I don't think there's any religious texts that say that venomous creatures are unholy. Arguably shellfish. Even then, the descriptor used isn't unholy. Okay, we gotta do some shopping. We have a lot of unlocks. That we could really make use of. I might want to go back to Crescent Lake. So, if being damaged by the wind is like a feeling, and that's what an elemental damage is the feeling you get from something, then how is it that an earthquake is the opposite feeling of a strong gust? Now, I know you're saying it's magic, and it's more about the type of energy that, like, courses through you or whatever, but the games don't really detail what that means, and they don't need to. Okay. Heal, Invis, Life, Dia, Diara, Blink. I have access to Blink and Protect, but Blink is the better spell. I know I did this before. I do not have access to Thunder yet. So we'll grab Focus, which is sort of a why not. I don't know if I'm ever going to make use of it. Maybe if there were a quest that made use of Focus, that would make sense. I don't need that many antidotes, but I do need lots of gold needles. I have a good supply of other things, okay. And I'm only buying the items that were in the original Final Fantasy 1, because otherwise it just starts to feel cheesy and weird. I might acquire some of the others because there was a Phoenix down in the Marsh Cave. Someone who had only ever played NES Final Fantasy 1 and got that Phoenix down would be saying, what? What is this monstrosity? Yeah, I think the Mithril Sword, and a Mithril Axe to some extent, and the Mithril Hammer provide a pretty good reason to go back to Crescent Lake, as much as that is a trek. Here, there's some things I never bought, like Temper, that I do want. I don't think there's any equips that are going to make a difference for me here. Really don't think so. But magic, sure. What about telling someone that hasn't played 1 that half of the spells... Yeah! Not so much in the Pixel Remaster, but you're absolutely right. That is a thing they would experience. I can get Invis. It's a pretty lame spell, but I'm not eligible for Blindna yet. Let's grab it. It's a placeholder. Blindna is already a pretty exceptional use spell. Yeah, Final Fantasy 1 had some of the buggiest spells. You know what? There was this story. You might have heard this story before, RBG Haste, about the Ultima spell in Final Fantasy II being dramatically underpowered. And I think it was Nasir himself, Nasir Gabelli, the lead programmer, who said to the person directing the game, well, of course the ancient spell wouldn't be as good as the modern spells. And they were like, no, you need to unlock the special spell. And Nasir just left in the buggy behavior that the Ultima spell was crappy. And they changed that in some of the more modern versions, although it's still kind of hard to make effective use of the Ultima spell in Final Fantasy II. But, you know, the perspective that, of course, magic spells are trash sometimes, like, it makes a sort of sense, really. Am I more likely to benefit from slow or dark? Slow is only worth using on a few fights. Dark is only worth using on a few fights. Dark is fun on Merilith? It was slow. I guess if I were going to use one of them, it'd probably be this one. Why use anything other than Toad? Yeah, in 2, yeah, indeed, that's true. Yeah, I certainly learned that on my last playthrough of that game. Actually, I think I might have used Teleport more than Toad. There's an awful lot of spells in Final Fantasy II that just effectively wipe the enemies. Many of which are stupid overpowered, so... I'm pretty excited for Thundera. And then it's funny, because it's probably not going to feel like it's that long before I'm able to use Zeus Gauntlet and Thor Hammer. But, you know, those have their own quests, and they're pretty intricate. In fact, the amount of quests that get unlocked after I get the canoe it's kind of a lot. So mistakes were made the other day. Mistakes were made the other day? By whom? I've made mistakes. Not to brag, but I've made mistakes. Are you talking about a Final Fantasy V mistake? Different game? Oh no! Yeah, that's gonna change your life a little bit, or so I've been led to understand. I've never done that myself. I hope it'll treat you well. I've been told I will like it, and I guess that's what I'm afraid of. I have a work friend who I'm pretty good friends with who is pretty diehard 14. And when we talk, they make it sound really good, but I don't want it to sound really good. You know? How did I get Diara? Oh, that's what I got for doing all those mummies. Can I move spells? No. Okay, I'm gonna do something dumb again. Okay. I do not have access to Null Frost yet. Certainly not Fear. Have Poisona already. Vox I can technically use, but it's the dumbest spell. Here we go. They're all dumb spells, frankly. The level 4 white magic does not shine so brightly. Interestingly, none of the level 4 white magic is bugged and ineffective. None of it. It's all just trash. Okay, I don't think I have any of these. This Blazera, which I've already bought. Okay. I never went to the Northwest Castle with the Mystic Key. I may as well, while I'm here, go pick up the Power Staff, which I might make use of later. I'm also a little bit tempted to go and grab a, green slime. I'd really like to get the boil, trouble, double thing done. Werewolves. I have to watch werewolves. What you need is a fighter, black belt, and 2 red mages. That would be very different for this particular weird-ass variant playthrough. In fact, I think that this would be almost downright bad with black belts. Because the point is that I don't have access to things until I unlock them. And given that the black belt is strong with nothing, or can be after a few levels, it would, I think it'd be a bad move. Every single weapon, armor, and spell in the game is considered locked until I do its quest. And the quests are generated by the community, which does also include me in times past. So it's kind of funny, because probably nearly half the quests are technically created by either me or my kids. Are there no encounters? No, there's no spiked squares. They're going to be monsters in chests. One of them is going to be mummies. I wonder what the others are going to be. Fighter, 2 black belt, white mage. Yeah, that could be interesting. You would have done one not that long ago, right? So... I may as well not mess around, because I'm in a place where I can rest easily, and... Look at that, that's beautiful. Power Staff. Wraiths. Wraiths that like to stun me. Okay. This is not a good use of my time and resources. I think I should throw a Dia spell. Fighter 2 Black Belt and White Mage. You know what's nice about that? It's cheap. It's so cheap. Any money you get goes to the White Mage's spells after about this point in the game. Because all of the good equipment for the fighter you just find. So it's a despite the black belts, a relatively low grind playthrough. And if you did grind like crazy, it would get a little busted. Then again, you have no means to benefit from the haste spell, so that is a bit of a downside. Okay, got the treasure, but it was stupid. Wouldn't it be nice to encounter a green slime? Wouldn't that make us all so happy? I feel a little stupid doing this. I should probably just do it after the airship, but I want to get the... Because the double toil and trouble is like a quest chain, I feel really stupid not having it done. I think it's funny that the user interface is so similar between this and Final Fantasy VI and the Pixel Remaster. I suppose all of the Pixel Remasters, really. Okay. I gotta figure out something to do with 2, 4, and 6. 2 doesn't have an active enough community to do something that involves the community. Ten werewolves. Ooh. Green slime. Come on, green slime. I don't know if there's a part of this dungeon where they're more common. They are not... They're not the most common thing here. And I mean, any encounter tables I can find are for the NES version. And we know that the encounters are different between versions, so... That does suck a little bit. And it's funny, because, you know, I talk about every version of the game being easier, but it seems like in general, encounters ramped up. They didn't ramp down. They didn't ramp sideways. They like the fact that I can encounter a group of 6 ogres, completely impossible in the NES version. Green slime, come on. Or werewolves? Where's the werewolves at? Oh, I was hoping for a sec. Green slime. Nope. You're even less green. That's not true. Oh, what luck to get poisoned like that. Classic. funny that the options are use and forget, but you can't reorder the spells. I'm sure I've played a version of this game where you can reorder spells. You know what would be an interesting take on this game that I don't expect anyone to make? I don't think it's viable in a hack. Oh, nice! I don't think it's viable in a hack. What are these guys allergic to? Return to Northwest Castle. This is super. And then I can use hold. Goody. I may as well get it. It probably is the third best level 3 magic spell. Here's another werewolf. Magic wolf. Do, 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 do. You want to hear a fun thing? As of yesterday, I tentatively, and I don't know whether this is going to be a thing, started playing bass. My oldest son is somewhat a musical prodigy and has a lot of musical instruments. He's got a good little instrument collection. One of which is a bass. And he was jamming on guitar while one of my kids was jamming on... I guess I've come back to the Northwest Castle. Hold. Cool. So now I'm eligible for this nonsense. This is also Marsh Cave enemies. Should I do it? Sleeper sucks. He was playing electric guitar while one of my other kids was playing drums. And... I wish there was a faster way to run, but that's not a big deal. And I was like... I started... Because they were playing something with a prominent bass line, I don't remember what, I started, like, singing the bass line of the song. And they were like, well, why don't you grab a bass? And I'm like, because I don't know how to play bass. And then my oldest started giving me, like, a really short primer on bass, and then had me plug it in and everything. And I started figuring out a few notes and started being able to play a couple simple but recognizable bass lines. And so one of the first things I wanted to do when I started playing the bass was do 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 do, and I did that. I haven't gotten very far with it, obviously, because it's only been like an hour or two. I'm pretty comfortable with music theory. For example, I'm not. That's not a hang-up of mine. I have some musical knowledge, but I don't have a lot of musical skill. I've sang with a band before. Anyway. Good fight. I think I might want to keep going with it, especially for the sake of my kids' interest in music. But I don't know. It's not like I have a ton of cycles when I do things like this. Now, this is a hobby for me, obviously. I'm not saying... I don't consider myself to owe the streaming community anything. I don't even have any substantive audience. But I have fun doing this. Still, it's probably easier to just, pick up a bass for 20 minutes when I feel like playing than it is to... Oh, I just fought a bunch of wolves. One, two, three. I think that was 3 before. And now 2 more. Where do the scorpions live? Oh, look at this. I'm going to be able to finish it. I just have to speak to Dr. Un. Cool. Gray Ooze, Scorpion, Crawler, Bloodbones. All those are here. Many of them come in one single fight. The Scorpions are a little harder. I don't like fighting Scorpions. Aha! Excellent. We beat a Crawler and a Bloodbones. I could probably find a Scorpion in a lot of places, but it would be sort of convenient to find one here. There are Scorpions that just wander this place, right? Oh, well now I feel a bit silly for using a magic charge. I'll have to remember that. Skeletons are pretty darn weak enemies. Who's in here? Snakes? Oh, these are not snakes. Oh, that was pretty unnecessary. Oh well. Yeah, I don't want to fight the snake. Scorpions! Who I hate, and am not generally happy to see. I always thought it would be cool, not that I want to make a family band, but when my oldest son started playing guitar as much as he does, I thought it'd be really cool for me to just be able to accompany him on songs, and I think that's what I want there. I don't have big musical ambitions, but the idea of being able to accompany him, especially if one of my other kids is playing the drums. Okay, if we could get a gray ooze, that would be pretty great. After all, gray oozes, I think they might only appear here. I'm not sure if they appear in the Earth Cave as well. I think I'm not going to leave this place until I get the gray ooze. Although they were quite common on the first floor, so I'll get out of here. More gray ooze, less scorpion. Good job, mages. Oh, sure, you idiots. I hunted for those green slimes for so long before. This is a nice version of this game. Like, it feels good to play. I know that the balance is weird. I'm not gonna defend that. Feels good to play. And I know I'm playing it in a weird way, and in an unbalanced way. Although it's balanced a little bit in my favor, isn't it? Even though I have the experience down. What am I doing? I mean, nothing... Some of the quests are on the hard side. I don't know what you would do to make things hard. Maybe, like, there's about 6 unlocks left. And they're listed in the game FAQs topic. Only about 6 things that need a quest to make them an unlockable to put them in. And, I don't remember what they are off the top of my head. But the weapons are all accounted for in some way. The black magic is all accounted for. There's 4 white magic spells that aren't included. Here we are. Grey Ooze. So good. So I have to go back to the Northwest Castle to complete this quest. Don't really remember what I was saying there. Yeah, there's just I think it's like the diamond shield, the opal shield, doesn't have a quest. What else? I feel like it's something fairly good. I don't think it's a terribly bad piece of armor. Oh, is it it's the healing helm? Like, healing helms are really good. There's 2 of them in the game even. And they do not have quests. And then 4 white magic spells, one of which is Invisira, or Inv2. What else? Okay. I have done Double Toil and Trouble 3. Maybe I'll start counting bats. 1, 2... This is a good place to do it, because I don't get interrupted. 3, 4. 5, 6. What else is an unlockable? Oh, Dispel, which was called Exfer originally. Not a very good name. Need a quest for that. I could check. I could check easily, so I'll just do that. Oh, here's an interesting one. Cure 3. Curaga. I don't have a quest for Curaga. Invisira, which is Inv 2. Diara, which is Harm 4. So that's a 5th level spell, 6th level spell, 7th level spell, and then X for Dispel, which is an 8th level spell. So a 5, 6, 7, 8 in white magic. Which does mean I could fill my spell list still using the other ones. But some of the quests are really long or cumbersome, and I'm not necessarily going to do some of the really stupid solos and stuff. But we'll see. I do want it to be hard. And then the only armors that are still unlockable are Diamond Shield or Opal Shield, and the Healing Helm. Gold. That can be fun to use on Marilith. There's not otherwise a lot of reason to use it. And I can get Sleepra, which is terrible. Definitely the worst of these spells. I'm not going to bother. It'd just be a total waste. Someone's going to have to make a quest that's like, put everybody to sleep. And then we'll talk. So what's Double Toil and Trouble for? Or did I do 4? Oh, that was 4. Okay. So what's 5? Complete Double Triumph 4, visit Melmond. Lesser Tiger, Hyenodon, Mummy, Minotaur. I've fought all those enemies before. Okay. Scourge. Like, that's actually pretty useful. Well, it's nice to have Thundara. Technically, that's my first lightning attack. Given that solo sharks no longer exist. I was thinking, maybe I should, like, interpret that as shark solo, so that I can get it off the list. Wouldn't that be funny? If I just had the Black Mage solo all those enemies? The solo shark, the Buccaneer group, whatever. Oops, I misinterpreted it and did something much, much harder. Not that it would be hard at this point in the game. The Black Mage could take a shark easily. But... especially with Thundera. Probably one-shot him. You know, I just had a thought. I defeated 4 Pisco demons when I went to get that Marsh Cave chest. There were 4. Speak to Sarda again. I can get the power staff. I'll never use it. Do I want to go all the way back to Sarda for that? Not really, especially since it's useless. You know what? I was going to go back to Crescent Lake. I have decided that's dumb. We're going to talk to Dr. Oon. Inconceivable. I think when I do the Earth Cave, I might run from every fight. This is done. Okay, here we go. We're going to go to the Earth Cave, and we're going to not fight anyone. Although, on the way, we can, and we need to watch for the Double Double Toil and Trouble 5 enemies. Okay, yeah, because these guys are all pretty common up here. Well, actually just the tiger and the hyenodon. I could go back to Crescent Lake for shopping, but I just really don't think I need to. I'm quite powerful. And I'm going to be back in that direction very soon to get my canoe, so... Are there hyenas around here? Let's fight a hyena before we go in. I meant to run. I forgot. I just fought a battle where everyone attacked. And now I'm just in too deep. Too far gone. Maybe this is stupid. Am I going to use Scourge anytime soon? Maybe I'd be better off just waiting until after I do Ice Cave. Yeah. Our questing's gonna pick up once we get the airship. Let's just chill. Okay, here we go. Running from everything. And I don't think unrunnable encounters are even a thing, except for Ledge. Because I ran from Pisco Demons earlier. Honestly, I'd like to fight this guy, but let's just not, because we'll encounter Minotaurs later. We'll find them at Crescent Lake. Oh, bats. 1, 2... Now, talking to the same bat twice doesn't count, so I'll have to be somewhat careful here. Three. Oh, I've already checked those ones. Oh wait, I'm allowed to... I'm allowed to fight him. That doesn't break my streak. Because it's an unrunnable battle. Just have to be really careful with the next one, actually. Because if I use my auto battle, we would attack. Great job, team. Like, I love the idea that he attempts to flee, and it doesn't work, and then my team bolts. So I've only counted bats from Northwest Castle and Earth Cave. There are also lots of bats in Ice Cave, Waterfall. Where else? Maybe not that many other places. I'm not going to go too far out of my way because I know there's more than 50 bats in the game. Another one, two. In fact, I might be able to clear it in this dungeon. I'm not sure how many there are here, but it's a... Oh no! Well, that's stupid. I lost track of what I was doing. Did I go back out? I'm gonna go back out. Oh, a new slime. Have fun. I mean, if we're in the killing business, I'd like to add it to my bestiary. I have to build my bestiary anyway. That sucked. Why did I just get so inattentive that I did that? I wish I had a running spell. Now I'm just running because it's faster. That was really dumb of me. I'm gonna dwell on that a little bit. Oh, we're all healed up. I wasn't sure that was... I didn't think that was good enough to fully heal us. I guess that heal's pretty potent. Okay. Let the running and only running begin. Although, if my first fight were against a Minotaur, I would fight it. This is also a good dungeon to fight mummies in. But I also fought a lot of mummies in the Northwest Castle. That didn't used to be... They used to be easier. Because they've replaced most of the spiked squares with either events or monsters in a box. It actually removes a few options for like grinding spots and places where I know I could find a mummy later. Like being able to find a mummy in Northwest Castle is kind of cool. I know I can find one in the waterfall or whatever, but I'd really like to be able to get that quest out of the way faster. But I'm going to endeavor to not... I kind of realized, historically, my audio's been really quiet. What if I ramp it up just a little? Will that be too loud on the stream? I don't know. Okay. Oops. Thankfully, it didn't rearrange my party. That's fine. Oh, so tempting to want to fight a single enemy. Or a group of weak undead. Let's have to not do that. We can run from Pisco demons. We don't want to fight these mummies. It is tempting. We'll leave Cecil to nap with them. They'll have a very good time. Did I already count this one? I won't count it just in case I already counted it, because I was this far. Don't get hung up on the bats, we have to keep on running away from enemies. This was a really good idea for a quest from Game Enjoyer. Because it's funny that the bats are somewhat annoying, but in all respects useless. Oh, except for 5 of them. 5 very special bats. I think we're going to be able to get this done in the Earth Cave. Whoops. Should I even bother getting the chests? The only chest of any real value in this place, besides money, is the Coral Sword. Nothing else here is valuable. And I'm gonna have to fight the Earth Elementals. Let's do it. Ooh! Is this unrunnable? It is. Okay. You are the best and brightest in all the land. Today one of you will be named champion. That champion shall have the privilege to go forth and rescue the lovely Princess Sarah from the Temple of Fiends. If for any reason the winner is unsuccessful, the first runner-up will take his place, and so on and so forth. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make. And if Sarah has already been rescued, you shall be allowed to take credit for it, and take one prize that makes much more sense than a bridge. Oh, what is that? It's hideous! Knights, new plan. Oh, a solo character. All that, and I got it wrong. You know, but what I can do is take damage from the Ogre Mage's Blizzard. So that's great. I also get to check off the Hyenodon here. Also, great. Ask me if I'm having a good day. This is actually kind of a crazy day. You know what? I won't elaborate on that. The problem that I face today is personal. Oops, I left him... Okay. Isn't that cool? He has the after image. I can't hit him very well. Okay. Complete. We are eligible for Null Frost, the only arguably useful level 4 White Mage spell. Okay. Well, I'm glad I did that. Okay. Solo character, that's tough. Oh, that's the troll chest. The game's trolliest chest. I want to check that I can't run from this. I don't think I can. Boy, those Sphinxes were a hardy bunch. I assume these ones will also be a hardy bunch. Okay, there is a treasure room on the bottom left. I don't remember if it's of any value. But I need to start running from fights again. And I can't just turn off encounters. That would be contrary to the spirit of the challenge, so not going to do that. Challenge such as it is. This is... Very few aspects of this are challenging. Maybe for, like, Invisira, the quest should be to do, like, a whole dungeon naked. And it could be some kind of reference to the Emperor's New Clothes type thing. They're continuing to target the petrified guy. Interesting. It makes a sort of sense. There are games where petrifying your characters is a viable defensive strategy. I stopped dealing with bats. Okay, that's one new bat. Oh, can't escape from whiz ogres. Oh, it was a chest, wasn't it? I didn't think about that. Okay. I'm confused. I don't remember there being that many Wizard Ogre spiked squares. My last Blizzara. But not his last Blizzara. In the NES version, the bat palette goes all freaky in the lower levels of the Earth Cave. I don't actually know why that is, or if it was perhaps on purpose. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Okay. When the VOD ends up on YouTube, and a small number of people watch this thing in its entirety, and you point out a single instance of me fighting accidentally when it's supposed to be running from every battle, I want you to know that you should feel bad. I don't think it actually happened, but if it did, you might be wondering, why are you the one that should feel bad? I'm trying really hard, and flipping back and forth between the unrunnable encounters from chests that aren't even in the original version of this game, and the regular ones is weird. I also don't know if I just checked off that bad or not. It doesn't mean you actually have to feel bad. Just sometimes you just... When someone's doing something for themselves, you just shut up and let them do that thing. You know? And if you think it's important that someone do this and that it can be done better, that is your indication that you should go and do that thing. So, there is a repo for the quest tracker on GitHub, and anyone is welcome to do this challenge. And for that matter, the Final Fantasy board on Game FAQs would be happy to provide you with quests full of nice people. Bakers. Too many spiders. I think if I actually were careful to get every bat in the Earth Cave, it would probably get pretty close to 50. But I wasn't really careful. I don't know exactly what's going to happen here, so play it safe. I'm going to go ahead and give me those 30 hit points. How do you even do this fight? I think I might throw out Tempers. And do I want to throw out Elemental Resistances? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good sprite. I'm gonna do it on lock because I'm not sure about temper stacking in this version. I bet it does, but I'm not positive. Oh, how fortuitous. I feel like I've done more than 400 hit points of damage. We're probably almost done this fight. Well, he has way more than 400 hit points. Okay. We get Kira. After getting Sarda's rod, find it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm seeing. I could learn teleport, but it's not going to matter until I have class change. Okay. There's not a lot else I'm going to be doing in the near future. Maybe walking on every forest tile outside of Crescent Lake. But there's a lot of quests that open up when I claim that canoe. Did I do the Sarda thing? No, I don't care. I just realized that I don't care. Okay, going back to Elfland to get Nullfrost and Kira, I think is a meritorious idea. So much merit. We will do that. Temper was nice. Temper was nice against Lich. Lich, who clearly had more than 400 hit points. In fact, I think it was 800. I heard that Chaos was buffed in this version of the game, but I did not know that that the bosses were. Look at that friggin' hit point total. I wasn't watching closely, but geez, that's crazy. Ooh. Look at how they itemize the resistances. Feels weird, because heal has actually been really helpful. But I'm going to replace it with Kira. The larger heal is much more useful in combat. No longer feeling worth it. I don't know. And this one's going to be faster to fight it. Well, maybe it wouldn't be, because I would get an instant run. It's more just a matter of how fast I could put in the commands. So what area do I want to do next? This is the part of the game where once I get the canoe, my options open up considerably. I don't know if you realize what we're about to do here. We are also going to watch for a Minotaur, because one's in one of our quests. No requirement that I fight everything. Oh, this is hard. Okay. How do... Ugh. Keeping this straight is just hard. Okay. I don't remember this encounter existing. Okay. I actually did walk in this column here, the one to the left of that. Okay. So I've also touched all the ones on the right now. This is a hard thing to keep track of, but it'll be fine. It was easier on the NES, you know? It's more obviously tile-based. But we're fine. I don't like this fight. It's too scorpion-y. For lack of a better term. There's no requirement that I can't use a cottage or whatever. I don't know whether I should or not. What I was thinking was I need a heal though. Maybe a Cura makes sense. That was actually pretty good for that amount of damage. Okay. We're stepping on every forest tile. Stepping on every forest makes me smile. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, in my Ban Something playthrough, this was a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm gonna walk all the way across. So that bottom of the lake, I've cleared that on the north. This is a lot easier than it was back then. I can tell you that. I wonder what the running odds are like. I bet that part of the game, that aspect of the game, has been revised substantially. The run formula before was stupid and a little busted in such a way that on the NES version, if the thief had more than, if anyone had more than 15 luck, they would basically just be free to run. But the byte that it was being compared against, that 15, was based on, like... It pointed to a position in memory for the first two characters that compared to 15, but for the bottom two characters, it pointed to... Oh wait, you know what it was? The first two characters, it pointed to the status byte for the character 2 slots down from them. But what that ended up being for the other two characters was garbage data. Which means that the bottom two characters' running odds were essentially unpredictable. You really do get more healing out of a heal spell than out of a cure spell. You just... That single shot that really benefits you is more likely to come from a Cura. Level's getting high. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, that was weird. He did 4 damage and it killed the guy. There we go. We walked on every tile. Enter town. Quest is done. We are eligible for bucklers. Do we need bucklers? I don't know. We certainly are using a lot of heal potions. I really didn't need that. Okay. What mithril equipment can I use? In terms of armor? Nothing. Nothing at all. But the buckler is a nice little addition for our thief friend. And in terms of weapons, we can use we can use a lot of things. Probably mithril sword is best for fighter. May as well have a mithril hammer on the white mage. How incredibly potent. I can't use the power staff yet, but that wouldn't be very useful, would it? Okay, what about any of the level 6 white magic? I don't think I can use any of it. Skill is level 8. Yeah, okay. No more shopping here. Not yet. But we do get to talk to this guy, Jeff. Actually, I'm not sure if maybe this guy was Jeff. Oh. What they say, it was the quest was like Jeff is the guy. Well, okay, so I turn on Canoe, and it'll make it so I'm able to see the newer quests. Talk to the farmer in Melmond. I actually have talked to the farmer in Melmond. Eat a white dragon. Okay. After encountering a white dragon, defeat a zombie dragon. Return to the Cavern of Ice. Interesting. Walk on every square of the swamp east of Elfheim. Why was this one so late? I could actually make use of that spell. Okay, who's Jeff? 10 ice Gyguses, only damaging them with thunder spells and physical attacks with a hammer, or making them run away. Golly. Jeff. So, if I open up the remaster, Jeff, the one standing right next to Lucan. Okay. So, to be clear, this guy here, Jeff. Hi.
I went up the cultist's tower.
You're gonna have a bad time.
With encounters off.
Oh my goodness.
I got to the top, and now I'm stuck.
What do you mean stuck?
I can't beat the guy.
No, you can't.
What?
No, you can't. Why would you be able to beat the guy? You haven't even beat the enemies in the tower.
Yeah, then how do I get out, though?
Walk down?
Yeah, but I need to get down, and he's blocking my path.
When's your last real save?
I don't...
Okay. Beating the Magimaster in Final Fantasy VI. Here are your options. Get everyone over about 6,000 hit points. Option 2. Assuming you already have the Phoenix Esper.
I think I do, because I did beat the dungeon.
Okay. You can learn the Re-Raise spell and make it so that a character can survive the Magimaster. Option 3, the freaky one. Assuming you can beat him, summon Palador at the last second so all your characters are in the air when he casts his bad spell. Have you seen his final spell, or you just can't beat him? Oh, at the end of the fight he casts Ultima on you. And it's about 6,000 damage, fully unblockable. I don't think you can warp, so how can you get out of there? You might need to reload your last real save. Does it have previous autosaves? That sucks. What do these guys say anyway? Okay, we got a canoe. We got about 1 billion quests we can do now. So really the question is, are we going to Ordeals, Ice Cave, or Volcano? Oh, we're going to the inn first. That's the answer to that. Oh man, I'm really worried about what happened with my kid. Did you hear that? He did the Fanatic's Tower in Final Fantasy VI with encounters off because it's the Pixel Remaster version, so he flicked encounters off and got to the top and it auto-saved. And now it's like, what do? You can't just leave. Hey, why? What? Done what? Did you try just not opening the treasure chest? Look at it later. Oh, you did? How far back is it? Oh, that's not the... Did you beat the white dragon? Pink dragon? Is it called pink dragon or holy dragon? It was.
You engaged?
Oh, you mean the little map guy was pink? Okay. He's interesting, but his prize is good. Holy Lands, which is basically Mog's bet. With the right preparedness. So, when you do the cultist tower, generally, no, it's probably the hardest area. Generally, you put on reflect rings on every character. If you have reflect rings, you know, almost every spell can't hit you. You can play that way, and it's not necessarily easy still, but it's much more playable with reflect rings. And if you have reflect rings on, technically the white dragon can't damage you. You just have to find a way to damage it consistently. Which isn't too hard, it's vulnerable to bio.
Are you streaming right now?
Yes, except now I'm standing here chatting with you like an idiot.
Not right now.
No.
Yo, what's up? If you're here watching this and you're just not chatting because he's too handsome, he doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have kids, he's single. No.
Thanks, dude.
He's cool. Give him attention. Give him attention. He's cool.
So nice.
Have a fun stream.
Thank you. I'm probably not going to play much longer, but we'll see. Better do a volume check after all those shenanigans. You know, shenanigans. They sometimes work against you. Alright. What am I doing? I'm deciding between... I don't want to do Volcano first. I think Ice Cave might be more fun. Which is to say, I think getting the airship would be fun. But it doesn't help you get to Ordeals. Really. I can't use the heal staff. I can't use the gauntlets. Can't use the ice sword. Let's do it anyway. How bad could it be? And I say, how bad could it be? I really have no idea how bad it could be, to be clear. It maybe could be really bad. What's the one about fighting the zombie dragon? Oh, maybe I should do the ice cave first. Let's do the ice cave. I messed up my volume somehow. There we go. Yeah, a lot of the good treasure I'm not going to be able to use. I think there's something to be said for airship in general, though. And I want to encounter a white dragon. For the sake of that quest, which is only for Mithril Gloves of all things. The dungeon does give me a chance at... Oh, river. These are like crazy river enemies. These are like northern river enemies. Oh my god. The game's trolling me. And then I put the troll here as a sign. You know, if you were going to flip encounters off in Final Fantasy VI and then do the Cultist Tower, Fanatic's Tower, there's a lot of stuff you can grab. A lot of goodies. If you know your way around the game, you could get the air anchor too. Although, that's one of those things that was always like, oh, it's the ultimate item, and then it sucked. Edgar's final tool. Really not that good. So why were these river enemies so savage? It's as if the domain mapping for river enemies has been changed, because these are quite distinctly northern river enemies. And you can kind of tell by their 100 damage physical attacks that they don't belong here. No! No, I don't want to fight these idiots. They're mean fishies. Crocodiles are not fishies. It's really sad running from river enemies on the way to the notorious ice cave. Everyone get in. We're going sleeping. Two separate groups of white wizards without... Oh, look at this. Oh. Hey. Well, I'm not going to hesitate on this one, because Ice Storm is not a fun thing to endure. We'll fight more of them. If the RNG acts anything like the way it normally does. Oh, this guy's called Spectre now. Remember what I said earlier about those guys weren't Spectres? Okay. I thought, you know, it was not improbable that we would just keep running into white dragons. I have no interest in fighting these. Cross Gygases. I do have interest in fighting these guys, especially with the preemptive. I haven't done that successfully yet. There's a few things involving white dragons. I was sure there was something involving frost Gyguses. Ah. Oh, this thing. That's so hard. This floor I always encounter frost Gyguses. Nope. Okay. I have an idea. Okay. Killed a dragon with a single attack. I buffed him with temper and knew he could do it. Alright. We haven't seen Ice Storm yet, amazingly. Okay. I could kill them really easily, or I could leave, and I think it's worth leaving just in the interest of resource preservation. Okay, we can get the cloth here. If we encounter dark wizards, whatever they're called, we're going to attempt to beat them without using any magic. Ice Storm. Okay, okay. Allow it to use Ice Storm at least once, cast Blizera or Blizzaga, and then defeat it. They are strong. It's almost as if there's some kind of legendary creature or something. We are now allowed to use the Ice Brand. Pretty cool. But we're badly hurt. We want this cloth chest. I think it's this one, right? The other one's the flame sword. Dark Wizard. I'm going to try to face them without any magic. Why are they not using any magic? That was weird. Their defenses are crazy. But at the same time, they're not using any spells. Oh. Oh dear. Oh. It got bad in here. I can't very well run. Okay. Sure. I wonder if that means I have to rewind that Dragon Breath thing. I did it, but I think that happened after. So I think I'll still endeavor to freeze a dragon.